podcast post-production. How can we systemize this step of the podcasting workflow? That's what we're gonna cover in this video. Hi and welcome to the Podcast Lab TV YouTube channel that is all about helping you become a better independent podcaster. Today's video covers one aspect that is just a piece of a bigger puzzle, which is the podcasting workflow. If it's the first time watching any of my videos, I would recommend you check out a couple of videos in the linked videos because those videos come before this one. In this video, we're gonna focus on what to think about and do to systemize the post-production step. What I mean by post-production are two things you do after you've finished recording your podcast episodes. The first one is the editing, so tweaking the audio, making it sound great. And the second one is the tagging, the ID3 tagging. So that's adding the episode title, your host name, a description, and so forth. When it comes to the editing and the tagging, there are two ways you can go about it. The first one is getting your hands dirty and actually taking care of the editing and tagging by yourself, like many independent podcasters do. And the second is to actually have somebody do that for you, an assistant, a freelance producer, a podcast editing agency, something like that. The first step you want to do, and this doesn't matter if you do the editing yourself or you have somebody do it for you, but is to put the raw recording in a tool like Dropbox, Google Drive, or OneDrive. So you want to make sure that you have a cloud-based tool, a digital tool you can leverage so that you're able to access files regardless of the device you use. So the first thing you want to do is make sure as soon as you're finished with the episode, you upload that to your Dropbox, Google Drive, or OneDrive. Certain tools actually do that automatically. I know Zencastr, for example, can be used to record episodes and can be connected to Dropbox so that as soon as you finish with a recording, that file is automatically uploaded to a Dropbox folder of your choice. If you want to go down the do-it-yourself route, you take care of the editing by yourself, you just want to go ahead and do it. And once your file is ready to go, you want to do the ID3 tagging. And again, that's where you add details related to the episode. That can be done in your computer's iTunes library, for example, or you can even do it on a media hosting you use to then publish your episode. Something like Libsyn, Spreaker, Blueberry, Podbean, or any other one you may be using already. If you have somebody that does the editing and perhaps tagging too for you, then you wanna let them know that the episode has been recorded and the raw file is in your Dropbox folder, Google Drive folder, or whatever. If you're working with a podcast editing, podcast marketing agency, they probably have a system tools in place already. If you're just getting started working with somebody, then you can use a project management tool. My go-to one is Trello, there is Asana, there is many other options. What you want to do in that case is you want to make sure that you have a shared folder where both you and the editor have access to and can upload files. So in your case, you upload the raw file, you let the person know the file is there, they take care of the editing, and then they upload the final version and let you know that it's there and ready for you to publish. And when it comes to the ID3 tagging, typically who does the editing can also do the tagging. The tagging is actually a pretty quick step. So in that case, the way it usually would work is if you have somebody who does the editing for you, they probably can do the tagging already and upload the final file so that it's ready for you to upload to your media hosting. And I know that Libsyn, for example, when you upload an episode, actually has a box you can tick that says something like keep ID3 tags, which means that all of the ID3 tagging fields in Libsyn are automatically pre-filled with the tags you have already added to your podcast episode. So if you do that on iTunes, for example, then as soon as you upload it to Libsyn or similar media hosts, you don't have to do the tagging step once again, which is great. We've covered the post-production, so now what do you have to do to actually systemize this component of your overall podcasting workflow? The way to go about it is very simple. First and foremost, you want to map out, write down the steps. And by steps, I mean upload raw file to Dropbox, @mention podcast editor in Trello. You want to write down all the steps that need to be followed in order for the post-production part to be carried out. Write those down, whether it's pen and paper or a digital tool, and then you want to create a system. I know with Trello, for example, something that I use and has been really helpful for me is to use colors. So I have different Trello boards, and for different boards, colors have different meanings. But here's an example, very simple for you. Let's say you're working with somebody and you use Trello as the tool to manage your podcasting workflow. What you can do, or what the two of you can agree on, you can say, for example, the color red means that an episode has been recorded. The color yellow means that the episode has been edited. And the color green means that an episode has been recorded, edited, and the ID3 tagging has been done. So your episode marked in green is ready for you to be published. You can use something like that so that it's going to be very easy for you and members of your team to keep track of what's happening, and you use the visual dimension to do that. So I would encourage you, as I said, to write down all the steps and create a system. And it doesn't really matter whether you do the editing by yourself or you have somebody helping you. Having the process written down, mapped out, is very easy for the fact that it allows you to be very efficient. So when it's time for you to do the post-production of your podcast, you don't have to wonder, okay, what are the steps again? You simply pull up your Trello board or any other program you use, and you simply follow the checklist and you basically tick all the boxes. In case you haven't, make sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to enable the notification setting so that you're going to be notified as soon as a new video has been published. As I said at the beginning, this video is a piece of the puzzle. In the linked videos, you find the previous videos, and by becoming a subscriber of my YouTube channel, you're going to be notified as soon as the next videos, the next pieces of the podcasting workflow puzzle are going to be published.